Welcome back. It is time for another installment of Momfessions. Now, this is where we get into the nitty-gritty of what it's really like to be a mom. The good days, the bad days, thank you, Kiki, and whatever it takes just to get through the day. Now, we all have some mom moves we may be embarrassed to admit, but Momfessions is all about a safe space. And today, we're talking pregnancy. Lucky for me this week, my guests are two women who keep it so real on their Mom Brain podcast. Please welcome Hilaria Baldwin and Daphne Oz. We couldn't have come to better experts on being real, but before we start, confession. When I was pregnant, I ate carbs, followed by carbs, chased by carbs. And we don't typically give the kids a lot of bread and grains and sugar. So I had to hide in the kitchen while I ate. And whenever Alec asked what it was, this is my son Alec, not her husband Alec.
That's always confusing to me.
It is confusing. So my little guy would say, Mom, this is coming like 6 months after a miscarriage that you were very public about. Yep. But how are you feeling?
I mean, I feel really nauseous right now, so I'm still in my first trimester. I decided this time around, it was so liberating to talk about my miscarriage, because it's something that we don't talk about, and it's something that some of us need to talk about. I needed to talk about it, and so I talked about it as it was happening before.
Make us feel real here. What is your
through, which I feel like a lot of husbands are, because they feel like they're out of control. It's a really difficult experience for them too. Second time in labor, screaming like, it's like, oh my God, I don't care about the dogs.
I would let the dogs poop in the hallway at that point. Like, I'm going to the hospital.
It's like control, like what can I do?
Tell him.
I didn't tell him, and it was great. I invited one of my friends, I labored with my friends, and then eventually I get my epidural, and once I get my epidural, he can come. And I call him and I say, I'm going into labor. Last time I got induced, I went alone, and I just called him when I was ready for him, and it was kind of great.
That is amazing.
No. Look, we have a very clear rule, which is just, I want John in the room with me. I'm thrilled to have him there. He just cannot give me any words of encouragement. If you tell me I'm doing a great job, I will smack you and push you out of the labor room. Like, I can't, I need to be in it for myself. I need to get in my head and get in my zone and feel with the baby and everything.
Yeah.
And hey, but he's my strength. Go for it. Go for gold. You know, that would
my
be
epidural
the death
fell
of me.
out this last time, so I was doing. There were colorful response to that.
That being said, how are your husbands when the pushing comes? Because my Alec, is amazing when it comes to pushing, because it's like he has something to do.
No, they told him exactly what to do, and Max pushed off my head to look down below.
He held you down.
She said, tuck your chin, and he pushed me down to lean over to see our new baby.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. No, we want to make sure we get
go there.
No, we had an agreement as well.
Space.
It all hit the fan when Max decided to push off my face. But we want to hear from you, Daphne. What is your Momfession?
So a healthy relationship with food, indulgent and healthful food. So they'll see me eat what I like to eat. But I will say, if they don't need to see it. I don't need to put it in their face. So we were out in LA this summer. I was taping MasterChef Junior, and there was an amazing ice cream store that the kids love to go to. And on Fridays we do our big ice cream day. Great. I was really pregnant, like really, really pregnant. It's hot. It's the summer. So occasionally on my way home from work, I would do a little pull-up.
Was it occasional?
Well, look at me now. So and we would have, broccoli and quinoa pasta for dinner. It's all good. I feel really confident that this was a way for me as mom to reward myself and my pregnant belly, and my kids, don't need to know any different. You're not watching.
Thank you. You guys have to come back again, because this is what you do on your podcast. Yes. If you haven't checked it out,
it feels good.
It's so good. It's cathartic. Please check it out. It's Mom Brain. Coming up, Show and Tell Ejiofor is here to talk about the new Maleficent movie.